forget to click the join button, and for 99 cents per month, you can help grow the channel. Now sit back and enjoy the show. My name is Artsy Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and I'm reviewing again, and I'm doing this video again a second time because the first time I recorded this, it didn't record any audio because the computer I'm using is the computer that I also use for streaming, and the point is that this is my second go around. I should always do a mic check. Whatever. Like this blog is about my favorite sci-fi games, and they're in no particular. Well, they're in alphabetical order because that's just how the picture sorting thing is sorted. The first thing I wanted to mention is Alien Isolation. Like, it's relatively new as in it came out in 2015?
Yeah, 2015, before COVID.
Yeah, before COVID. Like, it's facing the types of game. Like, a lot of our games came out in like around the 2010, you know? Before COVID came out. Like, this was an Xbox 360 game, but like, the graphics of it look really amazing. They still hold up in modern time, and obviously the alien looks like hyper realistic, especially when he murders you. So like, the plot is basically that you're Ripley's daughter, and then you get stranded on a ship not everyone, most of the people got like uber killed by the alien. But there's also like the androids that are also acting a little glitchy, and it gets further explained why in the plot. Because don't forget, like in the movies, it's usually the whaling corporation that they wanna like get their hands on like the alien, no matter the cost, no cost too great. Cause that's just how bad ideas. Dude, leave the crazy alien creature alone. But you think about it, since the aliens are born from humans, they're not really that much alien, because if it's born from a doggo, it gets more of a doggo form, etc. So there's a lot of human in that alien, which would explain to me why the alien knows how to like open doors and stuff, and like he has a learning AI that. Even though you respawn after he kills you, the alien remembers, the internal AI remembers your favorite hiding spot. So you gotta keep altering the places where you hide, otherwise the alien is gonna track you easier and easier. It's like the most deadly game of hide and seek sci-fi edition. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is Armored Core 6. Like people know from software the Dark Souls people and Dark Fantasy, but this is like their 6th Armored Core, and like even the first one has different flavors of it. So we don't know. So like the Armored Core 6 has like a bunch of games, and basically you're a mercenary in a mech suit, and then depending on what mission you choose to do is how the plot progresses. So
you're not really a mercenary, so you're literally just a brain and a stomach in a box.
Yeah, because of some off-screen reasons, you had to sell off your body parts, and then they put you to work because you had nothing else of value left other than like your throbbing mass of human brains, and they just put you in like a mech suit, so you go like and make money for them. So because of capitalism. That's for capitalism. So then you're constantly like you're not gonna be able to design a mech body that's gonna be useful for all battles. So get used to like swapping around like your body parts and stuff in order to like progress to certain missions, and like some of the missions, they're like the harder endings to get to. It has sometimes random difficulty spikes, even a la Dark Souls stuff, because they lock the true ending, quote unquote, behind like the hardest missions that ever mission. And the true ending doesn't not just have one final boss; it has several.
It has 7. You first fight 5, and then 1 with 2 helpers.
Yeah, it's a very so you bet and you're.
Now we're not gonna spoil who the final boss is.
Yeah, it's nuts, but yeah, like and you don't get more healing either. You better learn to dodge, which is easier said than done. Or create a nice tank, a tank on wheels.
What we ended up doing.
Tank on wheels, just being lady. Like you can like it's crazy how other customization you can do with the robot. We actually ended up designing like the Power Rangers Megazord, the one that has like the two different color legs and arms. And when we posted it to the front software, people would be like, "How do you make the robot legs different color?" But you can stretch the limited color coded customization to really far.
That was one of my best videos. It has like 10,000 likes or something like that.
Yeah, like that one that one folks were very impressed by it. I said it's recording. All right, like the next game that I wanted to talk to you about is Cyber Shadow, but it kind of like if it looks like Ninja Gaiden, it wasn't made by the Ninja Gaiden people. It was inspired by Ninja Gaiden, but then you be thinking like just because Ninja Gaiden's a thing doesn't mean that the Capcom has a mono. Was it Capcom made Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, Capcom made Ninja Gaiden.
And they don't have a monopoly on ninja, so the plot is basically that like you get betrayed by someone in the clan, and then you respawn as a robot ninja, and then you gotta like track down your girlfriend and like defeat a bunch of bosses for revenge and whatever, and honor and swords. Like the final boss, what was it called?
The Arbitrator?
Something Imperator. I forgot.
The Penetrator. No, that's a different one.
Yeah, but there's
No, the Penetrator from Dark Souls, from Demon Souls.
Yeah, but there is a Penetrator. Motherfucker, oh my god. But Demon, so yeah, that's when you know you're gonna be getting that to do your back off. That's about you can't turn your back. I'm the Penetrator boss in Demon Souls.
Oh gosh.
What a name. But from South Korea, it's a Japanese company, so of course they're gonna have silly names like that. Whatever. Well, back to Cyber Shadow. It's an indie game, and they do have a few references here and there to like Ninja Turtles and other sci-fi games. The thing with the final boss is that like it's very it introduces a gaming mechanic, and the main character starts fighting completely different from what you gotten used to. Because I guess they realized that they made the final boss so hard that they had to beef up the strength of the main character to make it pass it.
Yeah, but at the same time, for example, you have never been able to slash up, but now suddenly to hit it, you need to press up and attack, otherwise your attacks won't hit.
Yeah, so remember, attacking up so you can slash it. Oh yeah, and like the boss it has a little bit of a Mega Man element that when you defeat the bosses, you gain like their powers and stuff. But you also gotta like look around one in order to find like HP ups and stuff. You know, with
typical Metroidvania stuff.
Typical Metroidvania stuff, and like from checkpoint to checkpoint, it's like it's one shift death trap after another. It is very easy to die in Cyber Shadow. Like pretend that you don't have an HP.
Yeah, because a lot of times you get hit by one monster and they get thrown into a pit.
Yeah, and then you instantly die.
In a lot of and then there's a part that it's all pits.
Yeah.
And you gotta like bounce through monsters, right?
Yeah, it draws inspiration from the bad parts of Ninja Gaiden. It's inspired by Ninja Gaiden, the Nintendo version. Remember that, you get hit and then it pushes you backward and down the hole you So if the monster don't kill you, the hole will. And now you can't turn out the getting stung when you get hit thing. This one is the next sci-fi game is Devil's Engine. It has a cool name, but basically it's one of those you're a little plane and then you're shooting things, but and you fight other mech spaceships, and not just spaceships, but sometimes like a weird spider, and they're like the size of the bosses are like quite varied, but there's a good chance that you're not even gonna make it that far, because even on easy, it's a bullet. I remember, did we ever make it to the end of the game? I don't remember. We should just sit down one day and make it to the end of that.
You should sit down and make it to the end of Devil's Engine.
Like, even on, it is hard, even on easy. They don't call it Devil's Engine. The Devil made this game. The Devil made this easy game, but Like if you want to play a difficult bullet hell, then this is definitely, well, Devil's Engine, a bullet hell, yeah. It makes perfect sense. The next one in the shopping block is Mega Man Zero, but I didn't want to make this list all about my favorite Mega Man games. There could also be its own list where I rank my top 10 favorite Mega Man games, but most of them are probably just gonna be my favorite Mega Man Zero game. Because I play anything that has Mega Man Zero in not only his mainline game, but also the whatchamacallit, Mega Man X4. Well, X3 a little bit because they let you play with Zero for like a mission for a little bit. Mega Man X4, X3, S4, X5, X6. Skip number 7, trust me. And 80 is tolerable.
Then there's Mega Man Command Center, which is RPG.
Yeah, like so big. Yeah. You play Mega Man game because of its RPG elements. I remember it was weird. It wasn't weird.
Mega Man 18 Network was good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but also like even though it was RPGs, it was still it was that you move with grids while you shoot.
It was a gridlock-based RPG with
I don't know, with like cards and stuff to use special. But I wouldn't even be able to describe you how it's a weird type of game that existed for a long period of time until the technology got better. Like, you don't see games like that anymore, and thankfully, even from Software crafted a game that was like that, and like, oh my god, like they don't talk about peace. If you ever bothering the From Software people, ask them about Pizza Face. Why were they thinking when they made the Pizza Face? They weren't.
And all of the teenagers in that school, they look like JoJo protagonists.
Oh yeah, they were beefy.
Like, I'm a 12-year-old. I took all the steroids.
Took all the steroids. I'm a 12-year-old.
I'm in the same gym as Jotaro Kujo.
I'm a 12-year-old. Yeah, I took all the steroids that Jotaro took. My father was a horse. You know how beefy he is. But yeah, Mega Man.
Like, the main characters of the game look so beefed up that they could possibly beat up anything they throw at them. It's like, why are you fighting with Pizza Face? Just go punch the guy.
Yeah, well, we're getting off track. We should focus on Mega Man. Also, like, sometimes they get like the robots in Mega Man, they make them beefy, and I'd be thinking, robots don't need muscles. They're robots.
They also don't need boobs, and yet here we are. I mean,
yeah, like Alias had robot tits, and Zero's girlfriend Iris had robot tits, and everything. Is that she's storing like her missiles in something? A la Martin Kaiser.
Oh yeah.
Wingo,
she has a bombshell boobs. I remember.
Yeah, atomic bombshell boobs. Oh yeah.
And one of her nipple turns into a rapier.
Oh yeah, she did that in Martin Kaiser Esquerra. The last Martin Kaiser movie that they brought out, that was an OVA.
It was so good.
Oh yeah, that was a good one to get part of your blood from me. They're gonna charge us for like the
Yeah, I watched those copyright strikes for usage.
Be like that, whatever. And we get copyright strike for like the stupidest things ever, man. Like seriously, dude. And I remember yeah. Like who copyrights the oh yeah, Minecraft. That weird grunt that those weird things made there. They're copyrighted, man.
Yeah, Mojang Studio, what the hell?
Yeah, whatever. We already made terrible money by live streaming games, and now we gotta cut that in half every time a creature grunts. Whatever. The next game that I wanted to like talk about is Metroid Dread. I ended up using a very small picture, But yeah, but Metroid, like the Mega Man series, is like a very big. It's like it has a lot of games, but within it. But we wanted to get you started off with like, if it's your first time trying to get into the Metroid series, I suggest that you start with Metroid Dread.
No, Super Metroid.
Yeah, Super Metroid, but do Super Metroid, and then when you know how to play right, then try Metroid Dread, and then you throw Metroid and all of those. The Metroid Dread has like the original Angry Bird, like the final boss is like
Oh my.
Raven Beak. It's like one of the hardest bosses in like 2D platform video game history.
Like, I would love to see the nerd play Metroid Dread just to see that.
Yeah, just to see him like spewing piss and vinegar whenever he misses like the parry cue, and then he has to like go back to fighting Raven Beak, and then he has to fight Raven Beak again for like the. Because like you know how traditional games you fight the monster, you clear his entire HP bar, and then next hit you're coming up. Metroid Dread doesn't do that. You have to kill them, do the parry commands in the right way, otherwise you're not gonna be able to enter the next stage of the boss.
And you get killed, you gotta start again from the beginning of the boss fight and do all of the parry commands.
Yeah.
Like, you thought you need to do at least 9 perfect parries in that fight in order to get to his final stage.
Yeah. Oh, and then after he gets that, there's one where you gotta like shoot him in the face with like a beam cannon, and then if you haven't mastered shooting the face perfectly in the, because it sometimes switches to like a temporary 3D perspective when you're like shooting it with a cannon.
No, and also there's one parry specific that you just need to have the balls to do it. You run up to the monster as it's.
Yeah, then he mocks you, like, he gives you that, come at me, bro.
And then you gotta come at him and then time it so that when you see the parry command actually going on and you press it whilst you're ramming at him, and that command can show up at any second.
Yeah, so you gotta like be very well paying attention to it when he gives you the come at me, bro command.
And if you do not come at him, he's gonna come at you, you know?
Yeah. He'll rip you a new one, and then, but that doesn't get him to the next stage, so you gotta get that command cue just right, and
if you go to him, he's gonna go to you.
Yeah, and it's gonna, like, the battle, depending on how quick is your quick time, and it's not like you just press triangle and do it. No, it's a mess. Whatever. But it's just a battle boss. Like, it expects you that once you get there, that you're gonna know what the hell you're doing. You're not gonna know what the hell you're doing. But yeah, the next game that I wanted to review is Prey. So basically, like, this game is like played in first-person perspective, but the joke is that they let you pick whether you're a male or a female, but the only thing you're gonna be seeing throughout the entire game is your hand holding a wrench or a shotgun. So why the hell does it matter whether I'm a lady person or a guy person playing the game? But it does have some cutscenes where the player character shows up talking to herself or himself, because like it has like plot convenient amnesia, and they explain they really explain because they give you like some neuromods that allows you to instantly learn a skill set. Like they were experimenting with like weird alien goop in humans' brain, and then they can give you an ability, but when they remove it, they also take away the memories that you created while you had that alien goop in your brain. But that's not too much important. Like basically, is that you're investigating why the hell the PlayStation, the PlayStation, why the hell that space station is like covered in like aliens, you know? How the hell did they broke containment and like took over the place, you know? And then you left yourself a message telling yourself that like you got like the space station is lost, blow up everything.
Literally a note to self.
A note to self. Like Matt stands for like Batman Beyond, that his solution to everything is. But yeah. But then you can decide whether you go do that. And like, be careful with other little missions within the game because they're gonna the surprise twist ending. They're gonna judge you based on like the seemingly unimportant decisions that you made throughout the game.
Yeah, some of the things that judge you on are very technical. We don't want to spoil it.
The twist ending because it's very twisty a la sci-fi. But yeah, I also liked a lot like the scenery because like since it has like very high graphics, like the teacups look like real teacups, and like you gotta be careful with the teacups because like some of the alien abilities that you can learn, they're borderline. These are magic aliens because they shoot lightning, they turn into little teacups, mimic objects. But if they're not hiding, that means that if they're not hiding in the form of teacups or other various household items, that means that they're strong. So yeah.
No reason to hide it.
Yeah.
You should be after them.
Yeah, and the worst of them are like the weavers, and not only they shoot radioactivity. Oh yes, and radioactivity is a status effect that you get.
So the nightmare.
Oh yeah,
like the nightmare.
Oh yeah, if you're an easy monster to kill. Oh yeah, like the nightmare. It is dangerous. It will mess you up, and like you hear like. Yeah, like it makes a giant screechy sound.
I love like jump scare.
Oh yeah, since it's a horror game, there's like a bunch of jump scare. Oh, and there's also like the phantoms, which are like invisible monsters, where you kind of like have to guess where they are based on like the obvious that they throw you telekinesis stuff.
Yeah, if you get hit by like a chair, just shoot wherever the chair came from.
Yeah, maybe. But sometimes he lifts you up, so what the hell? It's like it's a good thing that there's not a lot of them. That they're just in specific spots designed to like jump scare you.
Like the bathroom.
Like the bathroom. There's one in one of the bathrooms. And you know that you're there when like the water faucets start activating by themselves, and then oh my god, this is such a horror movie cliche thing. Where's the monster gonna come out? It's the master! Oh, and like another one.
Don't spoil all the jump scare, otherwise they're gonna chaos.
Yeah. But yeah, like be careful in the bathroom, huh? But then again, like it's hiding in the bathroom. Yeah, there's a good number of them in the bathroom. But that's not spoiling anything, it's just standard horror movie logic. Always be careful in the bathroom. Horror movies where they get ambushed in the bathroom. All of them.
Even Jurassic Park.
Yeah! The guy got ate in the bathroom. He wasn't in the place. Yeah. The bathroom is a good place to die. The next game that I wanted to talk about is Shatterhand. That was more of a Nintendo game. Like old Nintendo, like back when the game cartridges were square-like. So basically, this is a cop. Yes, it's a cop, but they chopped off both of his hands, and then he gets like robot hands to fight. But he also has like a little support unit that you can find while in the field, and depending on like the letters that you find there. Alpha, beta, theta, gamma, etc. is a type of power armor that you can get in order to do like battle. Cause and you better get like used to like the power armor and like using it in battle, because the final boss, he fights with a power armor too, except that his doesn't run out. So if you haven't so then the only way that you're even remotely gonna stand a chance against him is if you come in there already all guns a-blazing. But just because your power armor makes you immune to damage doesn't mean that you should get hit, because it has its own internal HP thing that is not displayed. Every time he hits you, it shifts down one.
I remember the shift while a cutscene of a boss putting on the power armor place, it comes down your armor.
Oh yeah!
So like if you came there with 15 seconds, 5 seconds of the order.
You better skip the dialogue because it's skipping.
No, there's no skipping the dialogue. You just go, the guy stands like that with his hands crossed.
Oh yeah.
And that takes away at least 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, now I remember because it's like a little block in there that you can get in order to put on your armor. Like you gotta find like a hidden block in the bathroom that when you punch it, it gives you the last letter you need in order to put on the armor. Because if you come in there with the armor already on, it's gonna be 5 seconds left. So, but if you come in there without the armor, there's a good chance that you're gonna get instantly KO'd by the boss. So it's you gotta make a mad dash for it. Put on the armor once the boss fight already starts, and then you'll stand a chance. But there's also an equal amount of chance that you're gonna die.
And they'll tell you anyways, we are even playing the game.
And yeah, like this is the Nintendo Power era where where you have to figure out the thing by either dying over and over or get the magazine. But yeah.
And we were in school, we had no.
Yeah, we had no power, no electricity, so it's a miracle that we were got it. We really have power. Well, we did have power.
Water.
We barely have water, but that's its own blog. That's its own topic thing of all the things we didn't have when we were children. Things that people take for granted in the first world country. But whatever. We're not here to talk about Bruno. The point is that even if we had a Nintendo Power magazine, we couldn't read it like it was in English, and we speak Spanish, my love. Yeah, but who said that you need to speak the language in order to like enjoy it? If the playing style of your game is great, then you don't really need to like speak the language to enjoy it. Well, at least that's just us, we weren't gonna let language maybe stop us from like playing Shatterhand. It was a good game. The next one is Star Ocean: The Last Hope. This one is a weird one because it also falls within the fantasy realm because like the people there, they use magic, but the magic is fueled by runes that they put in their DNA in order to make certain that so not only do they use magic, by altering their DNA, it makes certain that their children's children also produce magic. And like it's weird, like the final, like in one of like the final fights and stuff. Like they do like a 1-hour cutscene of like fighting in spaceship and stuff, but then when the bad guys are starting to lose, they bring out a giant space dragon. Yes, they have space dragons in Star Ocean: The Last Hope. And it's funny cause like Edge Maverick, somewhere around the middle, he ends up like the game begins with like the presentation. It begins with like saying humans ended up ruining planet Earth because like the World War III happened and everyone shot nukes at everyone. And then like even if you're rich, you're not like living a good life because everything be radioactive and stuff. Radioactive. Oh. So yeah, so then they had no other option but to like invest in like NASA and go to space in order to find a new planet to live on or to like ruin. And it's funny that this guy, he gave to like an underdeveloped planet, like, oh, they're suffering and stuff, so I'm gonna give them green energy. Well, the green energy that this guy gave to that planet, to that underdeveloped planet, caused the planet to like the scientists there, since they didn't know how to handle it because they'd be almost caveman level, they created a miniature black hole and then the entire planet turned to spaghetti. Because that's what happens when you're like in a black hole. They call it spaghettization. Like you're like matter and stuff, it turns into spaghetti as it's getting swallowed up and broken down into the black hole. So the glass is half full. But yeah, and then magic people, yeah, chibi magic, this one does magic. And like this one here, the cat girl, she's like the alien that they found in Roswell. So no, it wasn't a little green man, no, the alien was actually a Nekomimi girl, which is hilarious. that was like the actual alien from Roswell. The other thing, this one is, the next game that I want to talk about is like Stranded Alien Dawn. So like, just as the title says, you're like humans that you're stranded in a foreign planet and then you gotta like learn to survive. And then while you're busy like cooking up some meat and barbecue, the giant those giant bug aliens from like spaceship troopers are creeping closer. And like it has a limit to like how many how many characters you can control in each scenario. And you think that more players means easier, but when it comes time for you to like return to like get rescued, because once you develop enough technology, you can like get out of that place. If you don't have enough fortifications, then it becomes like that you may lose a couple of villages while trying to get the hell out of there. And also, like, it's not just about like surviving. There's like a scenario where you're releasing a planet, but you want to like buy it. So then it's just you getting resources to like make enough to like buy the planet. Or there's one where you're a military outpost, and then it's like spaceship trooper style. And in the DLC, you're looking after an artificial intelligence robot, and then you have to help that robot develop. So then she tells the evil robot Skynet why humanity deserves to like exist. So then it's like backwards, because normally it's like the robot protecting the human, but this time it's the human protecting the robot. So it's like an interesting sci-fi scenario. This one is Street Fighter in 2010. It's the final fight, but it's not like a versus game like Street Fighter. It just weirdly has one of the characters from Street Fighter going to outer space to punch aliens in the face of them. But basically, it's like his friend sends him a distress call, and then he's like wondering what the hell happened in the space station, and then he's like it starts with like regular looking monsters and weird robots, but then as you go further in, like the bosses get more Lovecraftian, and the final boss is a weird amalgamation of eyeball. And since it's an old Nintendo game, you're gonna have a very difficult time with it. Cause like that's usually how like the fights go, and like all Nintendo games, like very easy. Like you gotta get good at it. And it has like the wall climbing, and like but the booster gun that it has a very short range, so you might as well just be punching the monsters. But you can get power ups to give you a little bit of extra range, but not even that much. Yeah, but yeah, it is definitely a sci-fi game. The last one that I wanted to mention is The Artful Escape. It's like an indie game where like this rocket kid goes out into outer space to play like music everywhere. And the guy who takes him on that trippy trip, it gives me like some Rick vibes. There's a lot of, and even one of like one of bosses, one of the people that you play to, it even resembles somewhat like the monster from Rick and Morty, but it's distinct enough so that it's different. But that was the thing. It's after the Rick and Morty thing, they only did one music thing, but whatever. I guess it's just easier to come out with like gross out humor than to like do some music stuff. But whatever. To each your own, I suppose. Oh yeah, like what I like a lot about this one is like it's like that it has a lot of like neon colors and stuff, and it's a very, they call it the artful escape. Instead of the artful escape, it should be like the very trippy escape, because like it looks as if they did like all the drugs before developing the game, because of like the weird visual aesthetics. But it is still a sci-fi game, because it's a kid going to alien planets, and he has spaceship and alien technology, etc. So yeah, and there's no actual magic thing, so it's legitimately fun within the sci-fi realm. Well, I think that's about it as far as like the sci-fi games are concerned. I hope you found my review of them amusing. Bye bye.